Hello, I'm Tom McRae. This is Counting the Cost on Al Jazeera, your weekly look at the world of business and economics. This week, 2025 is the year of tariffs. The measures are reshaping how the world does business and trade. So will that create new alliances or a more fragmented global economy? From the US to China, Europe and Africa, economic power is shifting. As supply chains are rewired, who's gaining leverage and who risks being left behind? But how does that affect us all? Rising costs, labour shortages, a housing crunch and mounting debt are still squeezing households. Will 2026 bring any relief?
Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone. My name is Azikri Ismail Iskandar bin Azadi. You can call me Zikri. And today I will be presenting an article commentary related to international business. The article that I have chosen is titled The Impact of Global Economic Policy on Corporate Internationalization Pathways, written by Liu, Yang and Zhang and published in 2024. This article is highly relevant to MGT361, particularly Chapter 6, International Strategic Management, and Chapter 7, Government Influence on International Trade, and Chapter 11, Global Marketplaces and Business Centers. From the perspective of international strategic management, the article explains how multinational corporations design and adjust their international strategies in response to global economic policies. It also shows how government regulations and global business environments influence firms' choices of international market entry strategies. The main issue discussed in this article is how global economic policies influence the internationalization strategies of multinational corporations. According to the authors, companies do not freely choose how to enter foreign markets. Instead, their decisions are strongly influenced by government economic policies, such as trade agreements, exchange rate fluctuations, and import-export regulations. For example, when countries have free trade agreements and stable economic policies, firms are more confident to invest directly in foreign markets through foreign direct investment, or FDI, such as building factories and subsidiaries. However, when economic policies are unstable or exchange rates fluctuate frequently, companies face higher financial risks. In such situations, companies prefer exporting because it involves lower commitment and allows them to reduce exposure to uncertainty. In short, the article highlights the global economic policies play a critical role in shaping international business strategies, especially from a strategic management perspective. The article identifies three main factors that contribute to this issue. First, trade agreements. Trade agreements reduce tariffs, simplify regulations, and provide firms with greater certainty. According to the article, firms operating under trade agreements are 25% to 40% more likely to choose high commitment entry strategies, such as wholly owned subsidiaries. For example, the article shows that technology and pharmaceutical companies are more willing to invest abroad when trade agreements reduce regulatory barriers. A real-life example can be seen in the European Union, where open trades or politics encourage foreign firms to establish long-term operations within member countries. Second, exchange rate fluctuations. The article explains that exchange rate volatility creates uncertainty in pricing and profit planning. As a result, firms operating in unstable currency environments prefer export-based strategies instead of long-term investments. For example, firms entering emerging markets with unstable currencies often avoid building factories and instead focus on exporting to reduce financial risk. And the last one, the third one, import-export restrictions. Import-export restrictions such as tariffs and licensing requirements increase costs and reduce competitiveness. The article highlights the firms facing strict regulation often respond by localizing production or forming partnerships with local firms. This is especially common in industries such as manufacturing and pharmaceuticals. Now we go to the next part, which is impacts of the issues. There are many impacts that have arises. First, the economic impact. Supportive economic policies attract foreign investments, stimulate economic growth, and create employment opportunities. The second one is impact on international business. Firms must continuously adjust their international strategies. Strategic planning becomes more complex as companies respond to changing policies. The third one, social impact. Foreign investment improves jobs creation and skill development, while restrictive policies limit these benefits. And the fourth one, political impact. Economic policies influence diplomatic relations. Trade cooperation strengthens relationships, while restrictions may cause trade disputes. And the last one is cultural impact. Localization strategies require firms to adapt to cultures, values, and consumer behavior. Based on the article, there are several recommendations that I want to suggest. First, firms should adopt flexible international strategic management approaches. This will allow them to change entry modes based on policy conditions. Second, companies should strengthen risk management strategies such as currency hedging and financial planning. Third, firms should actively engage with government and trade institutions to stay informed about policy changes. Lastly, government should create stable and transparent economic policies to attract foreign investors and promote sustainable international business activities. Now, to conclude, this article clearly shows that global economic policies significantly influence international business strategies. Trade agreements, currency stability, and regulations determine how multinational cooperation expands globally. This issue reflects real-world international business challenges and highlights the importance of understanding government influence in global markets. Understanding this issue is important for international business students, such as me, as it helps us understand real-world strategic challenges faced by multinational firms. That is all from me. Thank you for listening. Bye.